Everybody is not your customer. And you know what? That's a good thing. So the first thing that you need to do is change your mind about thinking that you make cakes for everyone. One of the smartest things that you can do when you want to actually start marketing and selling in your and growing your cake business is that you need to focus your marketing to a target market and focus your activities to a niche. Now, there's a lot of information out there, so what I'll do here is I'll explain each thing and I'll take you through an exercise so that at the end of this message, you would identify your niche and you would actually create your unique message. So, first of all, your niche is it can be either the kind of cakes that you make or the just the kind of cakes you make or the kind of service that you provide. So you could be your niche could be that you could be the cupcake person. You could be you could do just wedding cakes. Think of it like I said in the 28 ways to sell your cakes. Think of it as a specialty. It doesn't have to be the only kind of cake you make, but it's something that you want to become known for. This having a niche and a target and a unique message actually makes it easier for you to market and makes it easier for you to sell, because it makes it easier for somebody to say, this person is here for me, or this is just the person I need. Again, many people are making cakes out there. So this exercise is going to help you to differentiate yourself in a way that for one thing, you will now be able to know how to present your message. And another thing is you will now know where to find the customers that need what you have. And then finally, it will also help you to introduce yourself and help people to kind of self-select, so they know, okay, yes, oh, this person is for me, okay, or this person is not for me. Oh, I need a wedding cake. Oh no, I don't need a wedding cake. Or I need a baby shower cake. I know somebody that needs a baby shower cake. So your niche would be I would say, the kind of cake that you make. Now, I'm differentiating it from your target market, but that is, they kind of overlap each other, and everything actually here overlaps each other. So now you also want to, once you've selected a niche, or once you decided what your specialty is or what you want to be known for, you then need to also decide who your target market is. Now, again, your target market will not necessarily be the only people that buy from you, but those are the people that you are going to target. Now, what you need to have in your mind is that your target market already exists. You're not going to create them, you're not going to gather them together. They already exist. So start thinking about, who do you want to serve? It could be people in a geographical area or people in a community or whatever, but the smartest thing to do is to find a target market that already has existing places, existing groups and existing communities and existing networks that you can then you know you can then put yourself into, or target, or you know how will I put this now? For instance, if you have a target market that reads a particular newspaper, like there's a kind of person that reads OK Magazine, who is different from the kind of person that reads The Economist. So if your target market are those yummy mummies or the young professionals that read OK Magazine, then you would know that, okay, this is where I would need to show up so that my target market can see me. If your target market is brides to be your brides, then you would know that this is where brides go. This is what they go for, these trade shows. They join these Facebook groups. What else? They read these bridal magazines. They go on these forums. They look at these they visit these websites. So whatever it is that you once you decide this is my target market, then it's easier for you to actually become very visible in that target market. Because if you don't have a target market, you're going to spread yourself too thin, so that, I mean, people don't get to know who you are, even when you are trying to put yourself out there. Now, look at it this way. It's been said, and it is true, that for somebody to for somebody to buy from you, they need to see you or see your product over and over again. From, some people say 5 times, some say 12 times, some say 7 times, but they just need to see you over or hear from you over and over again. So, but if you have a wide target market, you're not able to, in quotes, be everywhere. But then if your target market is that bride, when she goes to the forum, you're there. When she goes to the magazine, you're there. When she goes to wherever, you're there. If you're, even if even with the bridal thing, you can still narrow it even more to bride to be in London area, or in Essex, or in East London, or in a specific town or whatever. Then you know where those, and then you would know where your target market is. It would be easier for you to say, okay, a bride is going to go to a photographer, so it would be good for me to make connections with photographers so that we can exchange leads and prospects, and I can get in front of, or a bride is going to go to a wedding planner, that kind of thing. So once you have your niche and say, this is the kind of cake I make, whether it's baby cakes, whether it is crazy structure cakes, whether it's corporate cakes, whether it's cupcakes, whether it's kids cakes, what kind of cakes do you want to be known for? What's your specialty? That would now help you and then when you also choose your target market, which corresponds to your niche product, then it's easier for you to put it all together. But anyway, let's go to the next thing. So then you have to start thinking about what are their needs and their desires. I say this over and over again. When a person is buying a cake, most of the time they are not buying the cake just because they want the cake. There's usually something behind why they are buying the cake. What is the need and what's the desire? It might be a busy mom who just wants the convenience. It might be somebody who just maybe a husband who wants to do something nice for the wife so that they can improve their relationship. It might be the person that works in the office who is trying to organize an event and create a good reputation so that they can get a raise in their job. You understand what I'm saying? So when they come to you, they have their needs and their desires. Sometimes it's just they just want that convenient thing that, I just make this order and I leave it to them and I can trust that they would have it. Or they just want the convenience of it's done quickly, or they also want the thing, to be beautiful so that it will make them look good, that kind of thing. So have a think about the needs and the desires of the people in your target market, and find a way to match them with your message, which would be the with your solution, and then with your message, which would be the next thing I talk about. So these things that we're talking about would be something that if you are having any problems or if you have any questions with it, just come up to the Facebook group and let's rub minds together, and we can always we can come up with something good for you that would be that you can declare this is your niche. You can then know, I can advise you what your target market would be and how to reach them. Okay, finally, your solution, which obviously would be something that speaks to the needs and the desires. So if you can say, let me give you an example of solutions. Instead of saying I make kids cakes, you could just say you could say I make moms amazing, because the mom, and then then they and then they would ask you why, how do you make moms amazing, because you make the cakes for their kids. So or your wedding cakes are for stylish brides. So you want to you want to you want to speak to the needs and the desires of your customer when you are talking about your solution. So finally, this is what your unique message would now be. Your unique message would be who you serve and what you do for them and the problem you solve for them. Not maybe in that order, maybe not necessarily in that order, but you could say, I help moms or say I help stylish brides in London to have an amazing day, or to be the center of attention with my amazing cakes. So that's how to craft your unique message. Now you need this unique message for when you are out there selling, when you get to when it's time to talk about what you do. Instead of giving yourself a label and saying I'm a cake decorator, you're going to speak to the solution that you provide. You're going to speak to the person or the people that you serve, and you're going to speak to the niche that your product is within. That way, once you have and it doesn't have to be complicated, just one sentence is enough. But once you have that message, it's easier then for somebody to connect to that and to say, yes, I know somebody who needs that, or I'm getting married soon. I didn't know that you did. Tell me more about what you do, or I know someone that's getting married soon, or that kind of thing. So, or give me your card and that kind of thing. So once you have your unique message, it's easier then to introduce yourself. It's easier for people to be able to place you in a way that benefits you, because they can then say this person is here for me, or this person is not for me, or I know I have some contacts that that would be useful for this person, or that this person would be useful for. So this would help you also for things like when you want to ask for referrals, and that kind of thing. So this is an important stage. So again, I said, if you have questions, just come up to the Facebook group and give us an idea of what your niche and your message would be, or what your thoughts are on this, and then we can help to tighten it up so that it's something that's really punchy, and something that really is catchy and captures people's imagination. So that's it for niche and our unique message. Now, the next lesson would be, we'll also talk about creating a dream customer profile. Now, your dream customer will be within your target market, but your target market already exists, and that's what you also need to what's that word now? You you know, when I talk about owning your postcode, you want to draw a circle around it and say, these are the people I'm going to serve, these are the people. And your target market can be, I mean, don't make it doesn't have to be too broad, because you could say, um I make cakes for lawyers, or I make cakes for busy moms in North London, or I serve moms to be, or newlyweds, or whatever. You know, I make cakes for 0 to 2 year olds, that kind of thing. So narrow your target, or your niche, or your specialty, and then use that. Like I said earlier, I would like you, so that you don't get overwhelmed, I would like you to treat this as an experiment. So even if your cake business is going along, modeling along nicely on the other end, I want you to try this. Use this way, use this method, where you narrow and go for that specific thing, for the in your new marketing activities. You're going for just that narrow target market with this specialty and this unique message. All right then. See you in the next class.